your windows. Lock your doors. Keep your loved ones near. Time is running out. It's here for fear.
Thank you for joining us. This is Ear for Fear, and I'm Donovan.
And I'm Rick, and today we're going to be talking about 1981's My Bloody Valentine. So Valentine Day is approaching, and the young people in the small mining town of Valentine Bluffs are organizing a party. 20 years earlier, an explosion at the mine trapped 6 miners underground. Only one, Harry Warden, survived, though in a deranged state. Warden is sent to a mental hospital but escapes and murders those he deems responsible for the mining accident. Now people are being brutally murdered again, and the townsfolk suspect that is the work of Harry Warden. So we got a guest here today. He joined us a couple weeks ago, right, for Hell Night. So we have Monster Movie Man 13, or as we like to call him, Mr. Morris Hoilman.
Hey. How you guys doing?
What's up, man?
What's up, Morris?
Hey, thanks for joining us. Today is Valentine's Day.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw a quick shout out to your lovely wife Lisa, who let you come over here this evening instead of taking her out to dinner or all that normal Valentine's Day stuff.
It's not her favorite day, but we won't go into that. But she doesn't care. Every day is Valentine's Day for us.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
that's the sweetest thing I've ever.
That is great. Yeah, I love that. And what's funny is I was going to get you guys a box of chocolate, but they were all sold out. Well, I don't know.
Hopefully, it didn't have a bloody heart in there.
No, it didn't. No, I think Harry Warden bought them all, but yeah. So, but yeah, welcome back. You were here for Hell Night, and now we have you here for My Bloody Valentine. Same year, 1981.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And it's still one of my favorite top 5 slashers.
Yeah.
So that oddly enough, you guys are welcoming back into talking about my favorite year, my all-time favorite standalone slasher.
Yeah.
I think the third time you're on, we have to pick another movie from 1981.
Like The Prowler. That's another one he likes.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah. No, and what's funny is we know that the producers who did Happy Birthday to Me, which is one of the episodes we already did, is the same producers that did My Bloody Valentine.
Absolutely.
Both filmed in Canada.
Yes.
It was weird. Weren't they filmed around the same time? Like one started first. Who was it? Okay, I'm trying to remember. Was it Happy Birthday to Me started first, but My Bloody Valentine finished before because they needed to crank this sucker out for Valentine's Day? Is that right?
I think so, but I remember there's also production problems with My Bloody Valentine because when they picked the town that they were going to go ahead and film at, the mine that they had scouted, the townspeople actually cleaned up the mine.
Yes,
you remember that?
Yes. They painted it because they liked the look of the mine because it looked run down and then all of a sudden the town.
They made it bright. Yeah, they made it bright and pretty and cleaned it all up. And it totally messed up the aesthetic for shooting. And they were like, oh, thanks a lot, everybody. This is great. And then they ended up having to pay some students that worked at the college or something like that to actually dirty up the mine again. So I don't know if that took away and they were filming Happy Birthday to Me or what that was.
I had thought I had read, and I'm probably wrong, but I thought that Happy Birthday to Me started first.
Okay.
My Bloody Valentine was after. But because they were on a time crunch, because they needed to get it out by Valentine's Day, it finished earlier than Happy Birthday to Me, even though Happy Birthday to Me started like, I don't know, a month or two earlier.
You probably are right.
I think I read that. But you know what I didn't know is that they try to keep the name under wraps.
Oh, wow.
They called it The Secret. So the original title was called The Secret, and they did that on purpose because, with all the movies that were coming out, the Halloween and all of these, like, either holidays, Black Christmas or all these other ones, they felt if it was out there, that maybe someone would steal it, so they called it The Secret.
Okay.
I didn't even know this.
That's crazy.
I mean, it makes sense, right? You're trying to play on this whole Valentine Day, and so, yeah. So, anyways, what Donovan, Morris? Morris, I already know what you felt. Donovan, did you like My Bloody Valentine?
We're gonna discover that as we're talking. My general opinion at the start is this is a great movie for the last 30 minutes of it.
Yeah.
The first 60, it's all right. Yeah. It's not exactly exciting. I was going to say threesome, but the love triangle isn't all that interesting to me. The love triangle is also played into the mystery of who is the killer. Are we supposed to think it's Harry Warden throughout the majority of the film?
Yeah.
Because the reveal that he is not alive or not around.
But that's not until later.
Yeah. Is it until the end of the movie?
Yeah.
So I guess that isn't even being used for that until like the very, very end.
Yeah, it's not like a whodunit. It's like it's like, wow, when did he break out from the mental institution again? Or
again.
The movie does play into the fact that it doesn't have to necessarily be Harry Warden. Because there's this tease of, Harry Warden's records aren't on file and they haven't been for 5 years, type of thing. And so the teenager plot doesn't work for me. I will say I'm kind of a fan of some of those characters.
Will they even be teenagers? They have to be 20s.
They're
in their 20s.
Easily mid-20s,
and
right?
I think that's one of my favorite things about this movie. It doesn't play to the tropes of that were established back in the early 80s with a lot of slashers and a lot of horror movies that, the teenagers are always the ones that get it. These were actually people in a mining town in Canada, and they're all just having fun, and they're not, kids.
My general impression was like early to mid 20s.
Yeah.
Like they're old enough to have done stuff, but still young enough to be really, really stupid.
Right.
Yes. There was a few of those characters, and they were kind of very jokey, and let's pull pranks and stuff like that.
Let's have parties. I think they're not at the time yet where they're just too tired to do anything,
Yeah.
So I'll say the teenager stuff we'll call it teenager in quotes because it still feels that way.
Yeah.
The teenager stuff, it doesn't really work for me. I'm not interested in who's the romantic interest for both these characters.
So you got TJ and Axel, and then Sarah's the girl.
I will not forget Axel's name. TJ's easy enough to remember because it's 2-letter. And what was the female's name? The girl's name?
Sarah, the blonde.
I just kept thinking Sally for some reason.
Sarah.
I don't know why.
She's pretty though.
Yeah, she is.
She's very, and Patty too, which is Hollis's girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
she's very pretty too. They definitely have that early '80s look that Morris and I talk about. I just think they're very, very attractive, very pretty.
She has like should be a star look.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Like she should have starred in 30 blockbusters after this movie.
Exactly.
That's exactly what she looks like.
It didn't feel like what she was doing in the movie. It felt like she was bigger than that. Easily kind of like Kevin Bacon did with, say, Friday the 13th or something. Okay, he was cool. He wasn't in long, great kill, and then went on to do a ton of other stuff.
Right. Totally.
Crispin Glover too. He did that in one of the which one? Friday the 13th.
Part 4.
Part 4. Yeah. We could say Corey Feldman, but come on, let's be real. He did a couple. I'm sorry, Corey, but you did a couple good things, and then rewatching this again because it'd been a little bit since I'd watched it, maybe a few years. I thought it held up. Happy Birthday to Me did not hold up. Oh my gosh, it did not.
Happy Birthday to Me? Oh, come on, man. I don't know why I'm the one defending this movie.
I know.
This movie is mostly bad, but it's trying to do a couple cool things, and I think that's worth, defending it for. The ending is just so good if we just ignore a little bit of it. This movie,
Happy Birthday to Me? Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
Now, this is where we kind of I'm always curious of how to talk about a slasher film, because do we look at it as a movie, or do we look at it as just a collection of cool kills?
I would look at it as a movie.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because there should be. Okay, there's two types of slashers. I would say there's a slasher that it's just a collection of kills. You just want to see carnage.
Yeah.
But then there are slashers that have a story. And that's a lot like porn, like early porn. Remember, like porn of the 70s and the 80s?
They did do that.
There was a story.
There was this,
But nowadays, nobody cares about the story. It's just all about the action. So
yeah, exactly. And I like the story in this one.
Yeah.
I do. I mean, Happy Birthday to Me was very all over the place, a little bit of I think convoluted.
Did the whodunit.
Yeah, the whodunit, and then this one I just felt was done better. I like the story a lot better in this one.
The story was it was straightforward.
Yeah,
for the most part,
straightforward. Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
How do we start this movie? We start with a kill. That's right.
Yeah.
Who we believe to be Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Or who we will soon to think is Harry.
Yeah.
He's just a masked figure with another masked figure who turns out to be a very attractive woman.
Yep.
Who begins to take off her clothes, and then this guy is super into her. Then he kills her with a pickaxe.
Yes.
By stabbing the pickaxe from the back through a heart tattoo on her.
Yeah.
Right above her breast.
Which is a pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool
kill. Because
it's target practice.
He's getting he's practicing. He's getting good at it. Yeah, to start off, to me this get up here, I've always felt is one of my favorites. Very iconic killer that doesn't get talked about enough.
Not enough.
What's funny is we see this idea played a lot, especially like in the Fallout franchise, which is nowadays is known for video games, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we just had a phone call.
Sorry about that, folks.
No worries.
I thought here I told them earlier to silence their phones, and I'm a complete asshole because I didn't silence mine. So I apologize for that.
No one cares.
Yeah, no, I do. That's definitely my bad. Y'all.
No, this is a great victory for me. This gives me a free one in the future.
Damn it!
Donovan's gleaming.
I know.
It's not a big deal. What were we talking about, though?
We're talking about the iconic figure,
the look of the miner.
The miner.
There's just something about someone in full getup with respiratory gear and goggles that is scary because something is human underneath it, but it's like this imposter human on the outside.
Oh, like you were saying with Fallout, the game Fallout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where like the goggles are supposed to be eyes and the respirator is supposed to be like his beak-like mouth almost. Right. Or in this case, like a mouse. A fly's mouth.
Yeah.
There's like human features, but it's not quite human. It looks alien.
Right.
Yeah. It looks scary.
It's just I when this came out in '81, and I remember watching it. I loved it then. Mm-hmm. I love it now. It just it doesn't age. That look is badass, man.
Oh, I think it's just perfect costume.
The whole friggin' getup.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like I felt the way they did everything especially with the story, the whole mining town and this miner and this shit could happen.
Oh, it could.
This could definitely happen. I mean, we know there's mining accidents and people, get trapped and all this other stuff. I mean,
I will say I'm pretty into the idea that there's a whole town called Valentine's Day where Valentine's Day is a special holiday for them.
Valentine Bluffs.
Right.
Valentine Bluffs.
It's not called Valentine's Day, but...
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And it's on a mining town. I like the backstory here where this tragedy happens on the on this town's like claim to fame. Like they're known for Valentine's Day and this tragedy happens and they just can't do it now.
Yeah.
So this town's whole identity is just gone. And it's not even because of the tragedy. They try to do it anyway, but this killer is just like this like manifestation made real about this tragedy that shouldn't have happened but did.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Kind of similar to, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm on a limb here, Jaws. The town is known for all, and then this friggin', monstrous shark comes in and just destroys everyone. And so then you can't, they make all their money during the summertime.
Oh, absolutely.
With boating and fishing and swimming and all the tourists. And then you have this gigantic shark,
and you can't do anything
everyone.
with it.
You can't do it. Yeah. Yeah. So,
the movie's almost doing something interesting where, the new generation forgets, the mistakes of the old. And so they're doomed to repeat it. The kids, their early 20s or mid 20s, they don't care what happened 20 years ago. They were too young to care.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This Harry, he doesn't exist. Who cares? It's a legend, a myth.
Yeah.
We're going to party on Valentine's Day because that's what all the cool kids do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know? And so I think this movie's almost there at this really cool idea that our memory is only lasts a generation.
Right.
You know? But I don't think the movie plays around with that idea enough for it to be like, this is the theme of the movie. I just think it's a coincidental thing happening in the background.
Right.
And I will say, now that we're talking about it, I like that idea a lot. I wish the movie spent more time on it.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool idea. I mean the story itself is really good. I mean, you know, with them, you know, it had been 20 years since the accident happened, and you know, I mean we keep calling them kids, but you know they work in a mine, so I mean I would say they're young adults, and you know. Working in a mine would completely suck ass.
Yeah.
You're down there all the time. And then what else are you going to do in this small little town
but drink and screw.
Because drink and screw.
Yep.
And then you're taking away their
fun.
Their fun by, you know. So, yeah. But let's what I dug about, we could start like we already talked about the first kill. I like the fact that all these kills are done with stuff you would find in a mine.
Oh, yeah.
Mining equipment, a pickaxe or a nail gun or whatever the hell it would be.
A washing machine.
Well, shut up. Well, you know, you're dirty from mining, so you have to, right?
Oh, wait. I think that was a dryer, though.
It was a dryer.
Oh, my bad.
Well, yeah, but you got to wash it dry. It coincides with each other.
Right. Well, the funny thing is, okay, so this is one of those slashers, and a lot of those early 80s slashers had the old guy that you know, you kids shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
You're all doomed. You're all doomed.
It's like,
I love this trope so much. They mess on it with South Park.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, they do.
I just want to see more of this, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see this in today's movies. Because just having that guy saying, trouble's coming.
Trouble's coming.
Yeah, and you better wise up or trouble's coming for you.
You damn kids. You're never going to learn your
Yeah, I love that.
So did you guys notice this when they when we see them in the mine for the first time? Most of our characters, at least the male characters, you know, they're showering up and they're leaving. Did you guys catch what they were doing? They raced.
Yeah.
What did that remind you of?
Of Happy Birthday to Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only difference was in Happy Birthday to Me, they were racing away from the bar.
Right.
You know, going over the bridge. This was reverse. We're racing to get, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
whoever's last is buying the round.
That wasn't a coincidence.
Yeah.
That can't be a coincidence. I mean, they're produced by the same team.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just to me, it sounded like, it's like, okay, well, you know, late 70s, early 80s was like you had Smokey and the Bandit, Cannonball Run, right, Morris?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so what can we throw into this horror movie? What can we eat up like 5 minutes? Let's do like a chase scene, because that was like the like
Gumball Rally. Remember Gumball
Rally? Yeah, like the flavor of the month. Let's throw a cool racing thing. It just, I don't know. I can't. To me, that just seemed like it couldn't just been a coincidence.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know.
No.
Maybe I'm focusing on the wrong thing, but I noticed that last. When
I love
was
how
watching
Canadian this movie is.
Yes,
because their accents are so prevalent.
You can hear accents in this.
Yeah, they're very, very strong. Oh, and Hollis, he was Fink from Meatballs.
Shit, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
really
right.
how?
Yeah, remember?
Yes.
Some of our listeners will know Meatballs with Bill Murray.
Yeah, that's a
he
good
was
one.
Fink. Who was the fat guy? But he's clean shaven and short hair.
That's right. I knew I'd seen him somewhere else. Oh man.
Yeah, my favorite character in this movie is the mustache.
The mustache. Yeah, that's I think that the mustache at the end didn't have his own credit. I don't know.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that mustache. I don't know. I don't get those.
Dude, you have to spend time.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's long hairs.
Oh, it is.
You have to spend months on that. I respect it.
So, all right. So they're having a dance, and it's the first Valentine dance in 20 years.
In 20 years.
Since the accident.
Yep. And
So,
Mabel's putting it on.
Mabel's
for the
putting it on.
kids.
Yeah, Mabel's putting it on. And what is this, a union hall she's decorating?
I think so.
Yeah, it doesn't look
like
that big.
VA hall, Union Hall.
Looks tiny, right?
Yeah.
I guess, but it's a small town.
It's
so.
a total. What was the population?
It was 3,500.
Did you catch that? Okay.
Oh, did you catch? Oh, I didn't catch that.
It was really small, less than 4,000.
Yeah.
It's like everyone knows everyone. in those
Everybody
towns.
knows everybody.
It's like 4 high schools essentially.
yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So yeah, Mabel's putting it on. Let's see. She isn't there there's a package? Isn't there a package left for the mayor?
Oh yeah.
Because the guys get there and I think they're drinking and they're being rowdy, being goofy or whatever else, and then the mayor comes in, which happens to be one of our main characters' dad.
Yeah, TJ.
So our main characters, let's say we got Sarah, TJ, Axel. Those are the 3 main characters.
Right.
Then we got Hollis and his girlfriend Patty, a couple other people. I want to say Harold's one, but the mayor is TJ's dad. Comes into the Union Hall, and someone had left a package for him.
Right. And it was a heart box of chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's him and the chief, I think, are driving off, right?
Yep.
And he I don't know, I don't remember the dialogue, I shouldn't do this, blah, blah, blah. And he opens it up and we have a human heart and
Yep.
And they go ape shit and
Oh yeah, he's reading a Valentine,
Yeah, some cool rhymey,
Oh, yeah.
Valentine card. And then they turn around and they
go back
haul
to-
ass
yeah.
back to the town, right? Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
That sounds exactly right. This scene was very weird for me, just because of the mayor's reaction. He immediately
Yeah.
throws his head back. And
He does.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, not again. If I ever saw a human heart like still bloodied, I'd be freaking out, man.
Oh yeah, totally.
His reaction just felt weird. I don't know if it was like a direction issue or not, but it felt odd and it didn't land for me at all.
No, I think the acting was off on him just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree. Even the chief, I would argue that chief wasn't that great either.
I always love that scene when they whip the truck around. That dog.
Yeah, the dog's all chasing them.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I was wondering if that was planned or not.
No.
I don't
that's
think
not planned.
I don't think it was planned, but they left it in. I loved it.
They left it in, yeah.
There's a lot of barking dogs in this movie, if you notice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of barking. Yeah,
We'll get to the other ones.
So what happened at this point? We have the heart, chief, and the mayor a little freaked out. Do they talk about a little bit about the story of Harry? At this point,
They do.
They talk about how 20 years earlier there was they were going to have a party, and 2 supervisors wanted to bounce out, so they didn't really kind of do their job, and it was some sort of methane gas, and there was an explosion down in the mine because there was 5 miners down there.
Bleed the lines or
Yeah,
something?
bleed the lines or something. So there were 5 miners that got trapped below, and I think they tried to get them out for what was like 2 weeks.
6
Yeah.
weeks.
6 weeks? Oh wow, 6 weeks?
No, I think it was.
I thought it was 2 weeks.
I thought it was
No,
2 weeks
it
or
was
3
6
weeks.
Okay.
No, let's
just say it was a long.
fact check me on this.
Okay.
It's 6 weeks.
Is it 6 weeks? Okay.
'Cause I was like, that's an ungodly amount of time.
Yeah, it was a long time.
Yeah.
And when they finally got to them, there was only one survivor, which was Harry Warden, and he
Yep.
was essentially basically eating them.
Yeah, he was
to live.
He was eating. Yeah, so
His coworkers.
and it whacked out his brain by being trapped and having to basically
Could you imagine? Like, first of all, I would never work in a mine. That's not happening.
No.
I don't like dark places. I definitely don't like. I get claustrophobic. I don't want to be 1,000 feet or whatever it is down
Nope.
below, and especially taking a chance of my ass blowing up too on top of it.
Yeah, I'm too claustrophobic. I would never work in space or under the water or under
No
the
way,
earth.
man. But then, I mean, getting trapped down there, and I guess if you're trying to survive, I'm not saying what Harry did was right, but fuck, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a little hungry, and I got 4 guys here.
Yeah, and he limited air, so he couldn't really cook the meat.
Oh god damn!
So you're eating it raw.
All raw, yeah. Eating my
I'm all eating your arm and messing up your tattoos.
Yeah, that's funny. So they finally get to him. He's fucking crazy. He's ate his 4 coworkers. They sent him to the nut house, right? Does that
Yep.
sound right?
Yep. And
Yeah.
then 1 year later,
Yeah, 1 year later, he comes back on Valentine's Day and murders the 2 supervisors that he felt, kind of screwed the pooch on this one.
did.
Cut out their hearts.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this is the thing that's I'm a little fuzzy on. Did he just disappear? Or do they lock him back up in Eastfield?
So the thing is when the story's being told, it's being told by the old Doom guy from from the bar, the bar owner,
the bartender who actually was the miner who found Harry.
Yeah,
he had said that he had found Harry 20 years earlier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he he just says that Harry wandered off.
Yeah, wandered off. But didn't he say something about how anyone comes close to the mine gets killed or something?
Yeah, and then but then, it seems like the mayor and the sheriff know that Harry was put in this insane asylum.
Yeah, he was caught at some point.
Yeah.
And put in
Eastfield, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
So that leads us pretty much to the second kill, which is inside the laundromat, which is good old Mabel. Mabel's busting her ass, Mabel putting together this party.
Poor Mabel.
Yeah, Mabel gets it rough. Mabel's the sweetest character in any of these horror movies we've seen so far.
Yeah.
She's just a very nice lady trying to put on a dance for, for
the kids,
for the small town, this 3,500 population town, and poor, who we suspect to be Harry, or I'm sorry, I don't why I call him poor Harry. But Harry.
Did you say poor Harry?
Yeah, my bad.
Poor Harry.
Well, poor in mental faculty.
Well, yeah.
I think I said that word wrong too.
Harry's done lost it.
Yeah, crazy. Doesn't matter. Mabel gets killed, and she doesn't deserve it. She's probably the sweetest character in this movie. She does not deserve it. She's putting a lot of work into this dance, but she's killed because she's put all this work into the dance.
She has,
And no one deserves to die because of the philanthropy they're trying to do.
Of course, it's a cutaway. They don't really show how they kill her.
I don't want to see her die.
I think it's an axe. I think it's a pickaxe.
Yeah.
And she gets it, and then
we do see the aftermath.
Honestly, the aftermath is worse than if we saw the kill because she's essentially burnt.
So I have a question on this one. Now, again, maybe I'm overanalyzing this, but of course I'm going to do that. So the kill was at night. We know it was in the evening because it was dark. The next day is when the chief finds her in the dryer.
Right.
Well, what dryer do you know that goes on for about 10 hours? I don't.
Oh, I know. Unless you stick a whole bunch of money in there.
Do they have dryers that went that long back in the day?
Oh.
I mean, I thought the max was 2. I know I'm overthinking this, but 2 or 3 hours max was a dryer back in the day.
Yeah.
Not because 9-10 hours because he finds her the next day.
This is one of those convenience plot holes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's not really a plot hole for her to just be running the entire time.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she kind of was near, she's a laundromat. Maybe this is some near industrial dryer where you can just turn it on
and it just
has
goes?
an on setting without an off setting.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. Let's cut the movie some slack here. This is not a thing I care about, and I'm very nitpicky.
I know. I just had noticed it.
Come on, it leads to a very cool, disturbing image. It is
because I like the fact that the chief is walking around, he can't find her, and all the hearts are turned upside down, which I thought is actually a pretty cool touch.
That is pretty cool.
And he's
was all of them though? I always
most
think
of them were turned because they were on the walls. They were on the and he grabbed a couple of them and he was like, oh, they're all upside down. It's kind of and then he finds her in the dryer and she's
burnt with her heart disappeared.
And they're trying to hide this, because they don't want people to kind of find out that that people are dying off this way. And maybe possibly ruining the event or the party. So the chief is, telling everyone to kind of, go out the back, don't tell anyone about this.
You know what's funny? Did you guys notice that morning that the chief was, going to find Mabel?
Yeah.
That it was Friday the 13th.
Yeah. Yep. I noticed that. I'm like, come on, man. They did. Of course they did it on purpose. Yeah. No, I did notice that. I thought that was a cool little touch.
That was.
I like when movies do that.
Meaning that Valentine's Day was on the Saturday.
Yeah. See, I like when movies do that slightly. Like when we had talked about Night of the Creeps. Night of the Creeps was like they just threw it in your face. All the names were horror directors and all these different things. And this one was just a slight little nod to, which I thought pretty cool. I hadn't caught that before.
Yeah.
And then rewatching it, I caught it. Yeah. So Mabel bit it. Yeah, Mabel bit it. She's no longer with us. I think we have at this point, look, we have this weird triangle, and I don't know if we need to really get into it with Sarah, Axel, and TJ.
Oh, so you have to say that TJ, so there's this big mystery that the audience doesn't know, but TJ left to go west.
Yeah.
To go make a life for himself, just up and ran.
Just up and left, right? Didn't tell anyone.
And he was dating Sarah at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were boyfriend and girlfriend. He up and left, moved away from his family, his friends, his girlfriend, to go make it on his own. And then I guess he didn't make it.
Yeah. Fell on his ass, yeah.
Fell on his ass. And then he came back. What was it, a year or 2 years? What was it?
Yeah, I don't remember how long it was.
2 years sounds right, but I'll be honest, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either. But
it's not important. He's back now. During that time, enough of the sort of relationship dynamics have changed. So now Sarah is going with Axel.
Axel, yeah. Right. Yeah, definitely a weird, it's a weird dynamic there because obviously it's TJ's dad's mine. Right. So he works there. Axel is kind of his boss. Yeah. And Axel's with his ex-girlfriend. It's a little weird there. Weird. There's definitely some tension going on there.
Did you ever catch if TJ and Axel were friends before?
I think so.
They were friends?
Yes, okay. Because they were, there's a scene.
They're playing the harmonica together.
Yeah, they're playing the harmonica together. And TJ brings him a bottle of, I don't know, I'm not sure what it was.
It's whiskey.
Whiskey.
I don't know.
It's probably whiskey or something like that. And they were, and of course they have their little beef, and then I think Hollis comes in and
splits them up.
Well, he just shows them his mustache, and then everything goes better.
Yeah. And they're like, "Oh, epic mustache! Let's back off."
Yeah. We took the time to twist it up a little bit, but yeah, I mean, I think they were really good friends.
I just got a very quick question. So what's the mustache guy's name?
Hollis.
Yeah. He has like a what looks like a tinfoil TV dinner.
Yeah.
Is that what he's eating? I'm very curious.
That's what
this is way before my time.
So they were out in the junkyard where there's like busted up cars.
Yeah.
And on the engine of one car, they were like heating up like homeless people.
Yeah.
They were like out there drinking, and he was heating up some sort of food. Like he was like,
I think it was a TV dinner.
Like it was it a TV dinner?
I think it was a TV dinner because that was the TV dinners we had back in the day. It literally, and they were crap.
Like
dude.
They were aluminum. Hungry Man?
Yeah, but yeah, I mean the Hungry Man's nowadays.
Swansons.
Like Swansons. Yes. Yeah. They were about that size, and they were like almost like aluminum foil. Like
So what would you do? Would you cook it on like a stovetop?
Oh, you would cook it in the oven. In the oven.
Yeah. Because obviously you can't microwave the thing because
aluminum.
But yeah, that's what he looked like he was eating. That would make sense. He's putting it on the engine to heat it up, and then he's
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what that was.
Those were gross. Oh my God. Yeah. I had a few of those back in the day. They're just not as good. Nowadays I think they're a lot better. Back
Remember
then,
the Salisbury steak?
With the turkey.
Gravy.
Oh, the turkey one. Oh God, it was like turkey, and it was supposed to be stuffing, but it never tasted like stuffing. It was so hard, like you microwave cooked in the oven, and it was almost like a clump. It was nowadays, man. They have that stuff dialed in pretty good. Back then, it was not. It was not.
Salisbury
good.
steak always was tough on one side, and the other side
the end was always
it was always tough. And then the green beans always taste like plastic.
Oh God, the green beans were foul.
They taste like plastic. I don't know why.
Well, the corn. I would argue the corn had a different taste. It didn't taste like regular corn. I don't know what they were doing back then.
And then they had like the apple, like a little apple pie,
the little apple thing.
And then you cracked it, and then it was like kind of gooey.
Yes, and it had like the little crust on the very bottom.
On the very bottom,
it was not good.
No.
Yeah, it was, and I had my fair share of those back in the day. I can't believe
that I used to beg my mom to have some of those in the freezer.
Those are fucking nasty. Yeah, nowadays, man, they have so many good ones.
Do you guys just want to talk about this for the next hour instead of
no?
Swansons.
So at this point, we obviously know there's that weird thing with TJ, Sarah, and Axel. I think there's a talk of a party, right?
Oh, yeah.
They because of
because of Mabel's death.
The
chief, or was it the chief that said, "Oh, because Mabel's death, we're not going to." We're not. The dance is canceled. And sorry, guys.
Yeah, and he didn't tell. He didn't tell them because
said that she had a heart attack.
Yeah, she had a heart attack, and it didn't make sense because.
And in a way, that is true. Yeah, her heart was attacked.
Her heart wasn't. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It was attacked. But I mean, I think his reasoning was, well, Mabel put all this together, and it wouldn't be right.
Wouldn't be right in her without her spirit.
That's obviously clear bullshit. Mabel would want the party to go on. But they're just grabbing for straws.
Mabel would want it to go on. But
and then they get the idea, like, hey, well, let's go use the rec hall at the mine because it's got a good size.
Yeah.
They got the good kitchen there. They got the pool tables. They got all this stuff.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And I think they're talking about this at the bar. So we got the crazy bartender, the old guy.
Oh, yeah, he overhears.
He's telling them not to do it. It's a bad idea. And he thinks it's funny I'm going to play a joke on these little bastards. I'm going to go to the mine. I'm going to set up something. It's going to be a cool little trick. I think you open up a door and it has like a Harry Warden
mannequin that comes out.
And he's messing around with it and he's having a good old time. Like he's proud of himself on this one.
After Mabel, this is the cutest thing in the movie. This guy's having so much fun putting up this like mime of a killer. He's having too much fun with it. I find it so sweet almost. Like I'm going to teach those kids a lesson. I'm going to do it by maybe scaring them with essentially a scarecrow with like a pickaxe. Yeah. It's honestly sweet. Yeah. I like this a lot.
But it makes for a good kill. This is that's probably my favorite.
Dude, this kill is gnarly.
This is a good kill.
Because he opens it up and he's like, ha ha ha, and it's coming down with the little pickaxe and he's like just laughing with it.
Yeah.
Opening the door, closing the door, opening the door, closing the door. Opens the door. Boom. Harry Warden coming out of the door.
Yeah.
Picking him right through the bottom of the jaw.
Yeah.
And then out his eyeball.
And that's a great kill.
It is a great kill. It feels like if anyone's scared of a Jack in the Box, this is probably not the scene for them. No. Because this is mimiking exactly what a Jack in the Box does. In this case, a Harry in the Box.
Harry in the Box. That sounds like some porn like...
This is the second time porn's come up. Should we take a break?
No.
Okay.
Harry in the Box. Doesn't that sound like
It does.
It sounds like something in an
Harry Reams.
In an old porn magazine. You're flipping through and you got like, Mr. Big Cream and then you got Harry in the Box. But that's a good. Yeah, it's a good kill.
Yeah, it's really gross. Again, I'm going to repeat this a lot. Apparently, if something is where it shouldn't be, and in this case, an axe through someone's eye socket, it's very disturbing for me because where his eye should be is a bit of pickaxe, and his eye is just dangling about. It's gross. I don't think we've seen a kill this gross since Dead Alive.
Yeah,
I can't think of a grosser kill.
No, that's a good one. No, I enjoy it. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones.
Yeah,
for sure. So we know that they want to do so he goes there, he dies. They're eventually going to throw the party at the mine. But I think in the meantime, doesn't the chief get a two things happens? I think doesn't he get a box of chocolates from Mabel?
Oh,
he's weary about opening it up, but she must have already sent it obviously before she died. But he's reluctant to open it up, and he opens it up, and it's a box of chocolates from Mabel, which I thought was a very kind of cool little moment. I mean, of course, she's dead, which sucks, but And then I think not long after that, he receives. I think he's at the. I don't know. Let's call it the I don't know what you call it. The small little town. What is it? It's not a precinct. What is it? Like a little.
Yeah,
I don't know what you call it there.
I guess precinct.
Precinct. I mean, it's it's probably him and like one other guy.
Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about was so after the mayor and the chief found the heart, and the dog and the barking and all that stuff. They went to a coroner's office to confirm if it was a human heart or not.
Yes, that's right. They did.
And they did he found out it was a woman that was maybe early 30s.
Yeah, which makes sense. So it was the woman at the beginning.
At the very beginning.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was a human heart.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's true.
Which made them look into finding out if Harry Warden was still alive at Eastfield.
Eastfield, yeah. But I think they couldn't tell him right away, right? I mean,
no,
that was
because
later.
the records were like 10 years back, and I guess the lady couldn't figure that out. So they're waiting on a word. To hear back from. So then let's go forward.
What's the turnaround time for this place? Because you think if someone has worked there long enough, they would know that this crazy killer was still there.
I would think so too.
I know.
And that lady looks old. She's probably been working there for like 20 years. She probably knew Harry when he was 20.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. How do you not know about Harry, right? Yeah, no, that is a little weird. Because it's a small, we're supposed to believe that the small town of Valentine Bluffs, and this was at the records was at a different town, probably next door, down the couple towns over or something like that.
I mean, if out of all reality, it's up in Canada, Nova Scotia. How huge?
Yeah.
Are we talking? Is it just a town out of Nova Scotia?
But it's always convenient that that when stuff like this happens, which we've seen in other horror movies, that it always takes longer than it should. If we think that there is a killer on the loose, I think that people would be a little quicker to get back to us.
Oh yeah,
on that.
you would think so.
I would think so. I mean, even though it was the 80s and it's not like it is nowadays, but still. Yeah. So let's see. And then I think Chief is.
Oh, so we were at the precinct. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the precinct.
And then there's a box of hearts outside on the ground.
Yeah. The Chief. Yeah.
And the dogs are fighting over.
Yeah, the dogs are fighting
over. I think
over.
it's oozing like strawberry sauce or something.
Strawberry sauce. Yeah. Those dogs were a little aggressive.
Yeah, they were.
It almost felt like a pack of something, pack of wolves, pack of dogs. I mean, they were no joke. Like they were going after him. Like I know it was a scene in the movie, but it looked real.
Yeah,
they're not messing around.
Almost like there wasn't a dog trainer there that had like real dogs that he was fighting with.
Yeah, no, that's what it seemed like to me. But then I think doesn't he at this point he finds this shit. We know the party's happening at the mine. I think he starts to drive over there, but I mean, other stuff happens. But I found this convenient as he got to the mine. He gets a call over on the radio, and I think it's Eastfield at this point. I'm like, okay, that's convenient. You're there, and then you get the call and you go back. But anyways, they're at the mine. They're getting their party on, right?
Oh yeah, because they hid their cars, so nobody.
And they hid their cars, so the chief doesn't see them there when he pulls up to the mine. We get a kill here not too long after. I think this is the guy is checking out the hot dogs.
Oh, the boiling
hot dogs.
Yeah,
he gets dumped into the boiling water and gets cooked up a little bit.
Yeah, that's always a terrible way to go. Well, I mean, it's the first time I've seen it, but. Hot dog water is not very great.
No. Hot dog water's gross already, but getting dunked in it.
And can you imagine eating those hot dogs? They look kind of gross.
Yeah.
This was the 80s. Their TV dinners were quite terrible.
Yeah, that's right.
So
dogs probably weren't as good as they are these days.
No, that's probably, those were made out of parts.
Parts, yeah.
And very soft.
Yeah. But wishy. So we got that kid, I don't know, young adult gets dunked. He's dead.
And
his body's hidden. Will pop up in a little bit.
Yeah.
This is a good gag. It's not quite now, but it's soon after where two people come in. One of the people are trying to get a new dog. Yeah. But she finds like a heart that's been cooked through, which is great. She gets freaked out sufficiently. Some other guy thinks it's probably like a pig heart or something that someone just tossed in there.
Joke.
And then he opens up the fridge or the freezer or whatever it is.
And he's looking back where he doesn't look, and he's just grabbing...
I think a six-pack.
And then it's the body of that guy who got boiled.
Yeah, he's just chilling there. It was a terrible hiding spot.
And then
it is a bad hiding spot.
It's a really bad hiding spot, right?
But I love the fact that it's so easily to find, but he just doesn't see it.
Yeah. He grabs the six-pack because I think he's going to go and him and I don't know.
And the crazy thing is so Harry Warden... we're led to believe, killed him there, picked out his heart, stuck his heart in the boiling water.
Yes.
And that's literally some, swinging doors away from everybody else that's hanging out in the rec room.
Yeah.
So
because I mean, it was right. That's the thing. It was
right.
It was it was right there. I mean, they were swinging doors. It's right there. And I mean, again,
we're not sure how long it takes, but I mean, hot dogs look very tasty. It's possible that they just got distracted by the hot dogs while Harry was doing his thing.
I don't know. Those hot dogs look gross. No way. I won't boil fucking hot dogs anymore.
What party does not have a barbecue? Why would they not be barbecuing these dogs?
Because of all the methane gas.
Ooh.
You're at the mine.
Ooh. Yeah, but grill?
I'm not taking a chance. Well, I mean,
there's no grill.
I guess if you think
kitchen?
about it, they're cooking it probably on a gas stove, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I guess, I mean, easily you could go outside and barbecue.
Yeah.
No one
but it doesn't
boils
make,
hot dogs
but it doesn't
for
make
parties.
but it doesn't make, well, damn, it would have made it for a good kill if it was a barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you couldn't throw him sloppily into a fridge and then, not see him when he's clearly right
That's
there.
true.
But so that guy grabs a 6-pack. I think his girl is, where is she? Is she down below?
Are we talking about Sarah?
No. This is the one girl that they were kind of doing their thing, and he went to grab the 6-pack. She was.
Oh,
this is by the shower area.
So this is in the.
Where is this at? This
isn't
down below.
No, this is like a barn that's away from there.
Okay,
So it's like another building. It's another building that's away from there where they shower and where they have all their suits.
Okay, so after they're done for the day, they come up and they change and then they shower. That's where this was.
Right.
That makes sense. That makes sense because she gets it kind of dirty on this one, man. I mean, he goes to grab it, the beer.
Yeah.
She gets. What the hell? I couldn't figure this out. I knew water was coming out, but what was this thing? Because
it's a shower.
Was it a shower? It looked sharp.
So okay.
It was just a pipe that they squeezed down.
So their shower heads weren't heads. They're basically pipes that are crimped and pinched.
Oh, okay.
To where it's just a little bit of water shoots out of the crimped part of the pipe.
So that's what that was. Okay, because it looked really sharp. It didn't. Yeah. It looked sharper than just a regular pipe or something. But I know what you're talking about.
It's a crimped pipe where just a little bit of water escapes.
Yeah. She got it. That was a pretty good kill. I like that one.
Yeah, I liked it too. It's disturbing.
Yeah. I mean,
it's also almost funny. I mean, because she becomes the shower head.
Oh, she does.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because out of her mouth is the water is coming out.
Yeah.
And his reaction to her is probably one of the better reactions, more realistic reaction.
I agree.
Yeah.
The guy who finds her gets very freaked out.
Yeah.
And if you saw that, you'd be questioning your reality. Like, am I even seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
It's scary. It's like life-changing what he saw.
He was freaked out, and he remained freaked out for the remainder of his time in the movie.
Yeah. Because he starts to roll over, but in the meantime, a bunch of the younger adults, they decide they want to go down to the mine.
So it's Hollis,
Patty.
What's the Joker guy's name?
I think his name's Harold. Is that right? Does that sound right, Harold?
It's definitely close to Harry. That's
Howard.
Yeah,
I knew it was close. He's kind of the jokester. He goes down there with him, and I want to say it's the other couple, and I don't remember their name. I
don't either. There's like 30 characters in this film, and they're all pretty much interchangeable besides Axel,
TJ,
Sarah, and of course,
and Hollis and Patty, I think are. But
the mustache.
So I think there's 5 of them. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Sarah's one of them. Sarah's with them.
Right.
So okay, no, there's 6 of them. So, anyways, they go down to the mine. Then the one guy comes up, and they find, first of all, they find the body in the refrigerator.
Right.
Then the other guy comes up, hey, so and so's dead, and they're like, hell, everyone, all hell breaks loose. Everyone, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, they're just spinning wheels out of there.
There's an important plot point that we missed. The party has started. Axel and TJ have a fight, a very visible fight.
Oh, that's true.
And then they force Axel out of the party, and Axel is just kind of, he takes a beer and he's just kind of sitting outside, and that's the last we see of Axel for quite a while.
For a little bit, that's true. They go. So at this point, they think Harry Warden's loose. We know we have 2 deaths. That they know about. I think TJ tells everyone to get the hell out of there.
Good idea, by the way.
Yeah.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, it is.
He just like lowered the body count by like 30 bodies.
Oh yeah, there was a ton of people. And then I think he told a couple of them, "Hey, go find the chief. You know, tell the chief to get his ass out here,
right?
Because Harry Warden is back. You know." So in the meantime, the 6 of them are down in the mine. TJ and Axel find out that they're down there. They didn't know that they were down there. Now they're scrambling to get down there because shit, they think Harry Warden's loose. Right. And so we got, you know, again, we got the 6 of them. You know, we don't need to go through all their names, but they're down there. Two of them wander off.
Yeah, because they're going to make out and do everything because they're the ugly couple.
Are they the ugly couple?
I think so.
Are they?
I'm being mean, but yeah.
Yeah. So then, you know, while they're down there, Hollis and Howard are showing them around. The girls, Sarah and Patty,
kind of scaring them. Didn't they scare them
They
once?
joked around a little bit with them, yeah. But Axel and TJ head down the little, I don't know, it's like an elevator or something.
Like a little
elevator or something. You know, they have a little plan. Well, this was funny, and I noticed this before. They do their little plan, and they talk about it, and then they hop in the thing together.
Right.
Couldn't you have...
talked about it while you were going.
While you were in the thing, because you wasted time. You wasted time. Yeah. Let's do this plan. Oh, then we're gonna hop in this elevator little thing together, and we could have just talked about it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That was funny. But anyways, they head down, and they're trying to find everybody because you know Harry's loose.
Yeah, Harry's loose, killing people.
Harry's loose, killing people. So we have let's see, 6. I think it's Michael and Harriet. I think those are the 2 characters that are very forgettable. I think the only reason I remember their names is because I wrote it down. Okay. They're the ones that wander off. We find them.
Aren't both of them supposed to be virgins too? Oh, I thought that was established in the bar earlier in the film.
Oh, I don't remember that. Maybe
I'll have to rewatch that. But that's cool.
How did they? I don't know. What was it that they died on?
Were they impaled?
Was they impaled?
They were impaled by something while one was laying on top of the other.
I couldn't figure out what it was. It almost looked like a large drill bit or something, and maybe that's what it was.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, and Hollis finds him because, you know, Axel and TJ, I think Axel and TJ come down. They run into TJ runs into them, and hey, you know, Harry Warden's loose. You know, where's Michael and Harriet? So, you know, TJ wanders off to look for him. Hollis looks for him. Hollis finds them. Of course, he finds them dead.
Yeah.
I'm always curious about this, and horror movies never seem to answer this question. At what point do you cut your loss without sounding like a dick? You know, like they could have just left that couple, and they would have all lived. You know. Now, is this a question that a movie like this is even equipped to like discuss? Because I was just thinking about this. Well, the clearest route to survival for the majority of you is just to get out of the mine right now.
Right.
But they don't try to do that. They say, is it Howard?
Yeah.
Howard and the girls stay here.
Yes.
While we don't know where the killer is, besides him being down here.
Yeah.
And me and Mustache are going to look around, split up.
Which they always do in these movies. And
then try to find this couple that may or may not already be dead.
Yeah.
Because there's a killer around here and we don't know what's happened.
In reality, you would all stick together, right? There's 5 or 6 of us. I think we have a better chance of surviving if all 5 or 6 of us
in a different movie, people would have been alive. But think about it. In this movie, if they all just cut their losses and go up, what if one of our characters that could possibly be our killer just freaked out and did like a raft boat killing, like the Burning.
Oh yeah,
where they don't care, they just kill everybody that's near them.
Yeah, true. I don't know. That's a good question though, Donovan. I don't know.
And then I have
it's like how do you?
I have another thing I want to talk about real fast because it's bothering me right now. Now we're in the end game of this movie. Last 30 minutes are taking place in this mine, more or less. We know this is going to be the film's last set piece. 6 characters go down into the mine. At this point, we suspect Harry is the killer. And then shortly thereafter, when we find dead bodies upstairs, TJ and Axel go down. Yeah. So we have a total body count of 8.
Yes, that sounds right.
We don't suspect at this point that any of these kids are the killer. We just think it's Harry.
Yeah.
So you have a total kill count of 8. We know the movie isn't going to do that because the movie has established at this point that the main characters are Sarah, TJ, and Axel.
Yeah.
Now, that means that at most, usually, you're only going to get 5 kills. Now,
Yes.
now, do you feel that this then, and at this point, you guys are older.
Yep.
You guys have seen a lot of horror movies. You understand how these movies work.
Yeah.
Do you feel gypped, or do you feel excited that, okay, there's only 5 more kills? Are they going to be cool?
No.
Do I hope they're cool? Are they going to suck? Or is all the tension gone because I know there's only at most 5 more kills?
No, I don't think about it like that.
Really?
No.
No, I'm curious. Is this a thought that even pops up into your head? Or are you just so engrossed in the
not in
movie
this
at this
movie.
point?
Not in this movie. And
I've done it in other movies. I
Yeah.
have. Yeah. But not in this one.
I think because it's one of my early on movies that I didn't think about that
No,
back then.
not at all.
I was just watching it
Yeah.
for the first time kind
Yeah.
of thing. And those types of thoughts didn't enter my mind.
Interesting. Now, do you feel that these bodies are then a ticking clock? Because you know when you get to the quote unquote last kill, the movie's over.
Yeah.
And then is there any tension left at that point?
Oh, there's always tension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially if you're doing it correctly, which I think they did with this one. You know, there's some good tension in this. And then the fact that they're filming this in an actual mine, it just adds to, you know, the feeling of this movie. I mean, it's
The mine looks great, but I'm actually, is that not a safety hazard? The fact that they're filming in
yeah.
a mine? That
Yeah.
seems like it would not happen
no, they
today.
actually talked about it that
Yeah.
there were they had to be very aware of certain things
Because
when they
the-
were filming
the
this.
lights are
they had to
so-
use certain light bulbs
Yeah.
because it could catch either explosion.
Yeah.
So they had to use specific light bulbs when they filmed this, and which is fun. There's that scene where we'll just say Harry is knocking out the light bulbs.
Yeah.
And I'm like thinking, knowing that they're filming this in a real mine, that's just a little dangerous,
Oh,
but yeah, I think to what you're saying is in a movie like say Saw, I mean, that's safe, right? Let's say we got 5 people and they're trapped in some weird thing, some weird maze, and we know that at least 4 of them are going to die. So
Yeah.
you kind of start counting it down. Maybe there's an extra kill in there if there's like a cop or something, but not in this type of movie. I don't, but I have done it in other movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good question though.
So who's the next one that gets axed?
I think it's Hollis.
It is.
Yeah.
Probably one of the coolest kills, too.
This is a cool kill.
Nail gun.
This kill just makes me feel bad. Because Hollis is alive for like a couple minutes
Oh,
after
yeah.
having like 2 or 3
And even
nails.
sees his
I
girlfriend.
like Hollis.
Hollis is just a good dude.
I like him and his mustache, Because I
good
think
mustache.
they're almost like 2 different characters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've already established the mustache got its own trailer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. It was like the sequel that they never did. Yeah, Hollis gets it when he finds I think Michael and Harriet.
Yep.
He gets the nail gun to the head, and then
And in the uncut version, it's pretty much gorier, too.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I didn't feel it was like way gorier, but I mean it was cool.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I was watching this scene, I was like, is Hollis going to live?
Yeah.
Because there are people who've had nails in their head.
Yeah.
And that have lived perfectly okay lives. Now, he did have 2 or 3 nails into his head.
At least 2
At
or
least
3.
2.
Yeah.
And he's walking. He's
And
stumbling.
he's stumbling.
But he makes it to them. And there was a
Yeah.
part of me thinking, like, is the best character in this film going to make it?
Yeah.
The answer is no. He dies shortly thereafter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think he died first, and then his stash died second.
And then Patty just loses it. And then at this
Dude,
point...
she's annoying.
Well,
Look,
at this
I get
point,
it.
she
I mean-
becomes annoying.
She's very annoying.
Yeah.
Like I wanted her to die.
see, you say that, but I think we're all Patty. I think we would all be freaking out at this
Oh,
point.
yeah.
Well, we would, but first of all, it's a movie.
Yeah.
In real life, yes, absolutely, I'd be fucking like Patty. But this isn't real life. This is a movie, and so she's quite annoying. And even Sarah is annoyed by her in this movie.
Because
in this.
Sarah's like, let's live. And Patty's she's one of those that just gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell she gave up. She does not seem to care if she dies.
Don't they? At this point, they decide who is it? Is it Axel or TJ decides to go up the ladder? So who's first and who's below? The TJ is below them, and Axel's above them.
I can't remember who's above and who's below. I almost want to say Axel's on top.
Okay, so
I want to say Axel's on top. Yeah, they're climbing up the ladder. So yeah, Axel.
So it's the four of them. It's Patty, Sarah, Axel, and TJ.
Because didn't the control panel was busted? They went to go to the elevator. The control panel was conveniently busted, which of course and then they had to make their way to the ladder.
And they couldn't find Howard. And then as they're climbing and going up, and the girls are in dresses and high heels.
Yeah, because of the party. Yeah,
so wearing that kind of attire and going up this metal ladder, and it's really high.
Yeah,
I would have to.
Oh God,
guess it's
several stories, right?
Yeah, maybe 300 feet, 400 feet.
Absolutely.
So they're going up this metal ladder that's pretty high, and Patty starts freaking out.
Yeah.
And
Sarah gets pissed. Yeah.
And Sarah gets pissed. She's like, just go. And then at that point, we find out what happens to Howard, right?
Yeah, but okay, so when did the killer have?
Well, that's a plot hole.
Yeah, that's a big plot hole because there's no way, because we don't even know where the hell Howard went. Howard disappeared. He bailed on the chicks.
So yeah,
which goes back to what you said earlier. Howard had no problem leaving his friends behind. He's like, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
And so,
if they were all as smart as Howard, I think they had all been fine.
Yeah.
But I don't think the fact that the time issue is necessarily a plot hole, because it doesn't break the movie, but it is weird that, Axel, let's come on, Axel's the killer. Like, can we get that out of the way right now?
Yeah,
let's talk about it more in a bit. But it's just easier to talk about it now.
Yeah,
it is. So
Axel is the killer, and I think at this point, has he met with any of the people yet, or is at this point Axel is still above searching for them?
No, Axel is so it's Axel, TJ, Sarah, and Patty, and they're climbing up the stairs.
So when
and
then before ladder, and then even after, isn't it like Axel and TJ keep trading off who's with the girls?
It happens at least once.
Yeah, at least once, and then you're like, who
is it? Yeah, because at this point they're like, okay, is it really Harry or is it one of these?
Yeah, is it one of these guys?
Yeah. We're supposed to be meant to believe. I think for like a big chunk of the movie, even though that the movie doesn't establish that, hey, Harry is not alive or whatever.
Yeah.
That TJ, because these killings happen so quickly after he returns back to the town, that maybe TJ is the killer? Question mark.
Yeah.
That's clearly debunked, and honestly, if the movie went that way, that'd be stupid.
Well, that's where the remake went.
Well, that sounds stupid,
and that's why I don't watch the remakes. Not all of them, at least. So we find Howard. He's hanging there.
Yeah,
and
he's high up, and he's.
Do they hit the body and then the force rips his head off?
Oh yeah, so he's got a chain around his neck.
It's a chain. Okay.
So whoever. Well,
we know it's Axel. Axel at some point where
he hung him with the chain.
Yeah.
But it almost looked like he disemboweled him at the same time, because when the body falls, the head's there, and then the body falls, doesn't it look like there's like guts and stuff spill out?
It does look something like that. Yeah, I don't know if that's what he did, but yeah, it kind of looks like that.
I mean, he might have opened up the chest cavity.
Yeah,
to take out the heart.
you got to be consistent.
Oh, maybe it's the weight of everything coming down.
Yeah.
But he had to rip the head off. I mean, the head got ripped off from the chain.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is nice. It's a nice touch. It's really gnarly for that to happen.
Yeah.
Even the hanging isn't necessarily the killing part, or even the gross part. Like, the killing doesn't really matter here.
Yeah.
It's the fact that we know he's dead, or that he was already dead, but his head just pops off.
Yeah.
He's definitely dead now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there's like something so disrespectful about just letting this guy's body be separated from his head like that.
Yeah.
Like you don't even have the time to like do it yourself. You're just letting gravity do it for you.
Yeah.
I like that.
But it's a convenient kill in the sense that oh shit, we see Howard. Oh God, Harry's up there. We got to go back down the ladder now.
Yeah, you would almost think that was set up that way, but I don't think Axel's that smart. I don't think he's making
if
this.
If Axel's leading them up there, of course he could be.
Did Axel lead them up there?
I think he did.
Yeah. I want to say he's thinking about it now.
He's leading.
He was the one that was ahead of him.
So it's perfect. Oh shit, Harry's up here. Let's all go back down the ladder.
That's true. He was excited. He was moving faster than the rest of them.
Yeah.
He might have been excited to show them the kill.
Yeah. Maybe. So then I think they're going. I don't know. At this point,
They come back down.
They come back down. They're walking through some area. What was this? Because obviously water comes into play here. What was this? They had to walk slowly.
Oh, there was like a pond that's in the mine, and there was like a wooden railing.
Yeah.
And then
what would that be?
Didn't Axel say, "Oh, Harry's over here. I'm fighting with Harry"?
No, we just hear a sound.
We just hear like him falling.
And then he's like, "Ah!" And then you're like, to believe that he fell.
Yeah, because I mean, when they come back, I think TJ comes back around. He sees like a helmet with a light on it, which is what Axel was wearing. The fencing is broken, so it makes complete sense at this point. Look, we've told you Axel's a killer, but no one knows that Axel's a killer. We still think it's Harry.
Right.
So Axel's drowned.
Right.
And there's something about it, 60 feet, 90 feet. I don't know. What was it? A couple hundred feet?
I'm not quite sure what this is, but I know the mine is right next to a big old body of water.
Yeah.
It's possible that, this part of the mine just got flooded.
Yeah.
And it's 60 feet deep, or it's some other type of like underground cavity that they came across. It's full of water.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous. Don't fall in there.
Yeah. We know TJ is like, I'm no hero. I'm not going down. I'm not going down there.
Going back. They stopped going that way, and then they turned back around.
Well, now they're trying to make their way to the carts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And they're going around a corner, and then
hold on a second. But TJ leaves them again. Because remember, it's just Patty and Sarah, and it's like, what
Patty
the hell,
Sarah.
dude?
That's right.
No, but he goes to check something and then
leaves them again.
Yeah, but doesn't like something happen?
Yeah. So the girls are by themselves, and then right around the corner with the gas mask, pickaxe right into her stomach.
Into Patty's stomach.
Patty.
Yeah.
So Patty gets in the stomach.
Yeah, and then Sarah wanders off, bumps back into TJ, TJ's bleeding. Was he bleeding before? Or was he bleeding because he got hit earlier by Axel when Axel thought it was Harry?
Right.
I could have swore there was like a cave in almost, like there was rocks falling down, and that's how they got separated.
That's going to be in a little bit, I think, right?
No, I know at the very, very end that happens, but doesn't something like that happen beforehand, right when the split happens between TJ and the girls?
Maybe.
Oh, well. Because he goes off into a black area, and then you hear a lot of noise, and we don't see TJ for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, because maybe there was something like that. I mean, all we know that Sarah and Patty are by themselves, and
at this point, it's a mercy to kill Patty because Patty's freaking out. Let's just make it so she's not freaked out anymore.
Yeah,
so let's just kill her really fast.
Yeah, let's shut her up. So then TJ and
I'm gonna shed a tear for Patty because she's cute.
She was pretty cute. Yeah, she was pretty cute. TJ and Sarah meet up, and I think they start, going towards the carts, right, or with the mining carts, and of course we get we still believe this is Harry Warden, dressed up in all his mining gear, and he's coming towards them. There's a fight. TJ gets the carts to go. They hop in.
Yeah. And that's right. They're going cart to cart.
Cart to cart.
Yeah. They're just dropping in cart to cart.
Yeah. And then there's a struggle, and I think TJ grabs either Sarah gives it to him or he grabs a shovel and is trying to block the pickaxe because then they get knocked off the cart. Is that right? And Sarah jumps off the cart, and here you go, TJ. Here's the shovel again. Right. And then there's this kind of like in the meantime we know the chief and I'm going to say some town folk
are at the top of the mine.
Yeah, top of the mine. We have not found out yet that Harry Warden died, right? We don't find that until a little bit.
Oh no, that we found out.
I mean, look, I mean, we
At
know.
this point, we know.
Yeah.
At this
we
point
know.
in the film,
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah. So we know Harry died 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, TJ and let's just call it what it is. It's Axel.
Yeah.
And they're fighting, and they end up going into like a little cave. And they're fighting, and
there's a cave in, right?
Yeah, there's like a cave in because I mean, Axel's hidden everything except for TJ.
Yeah.
And then there's like a cave in, right?
Yeah, he like breaks away the supports that were keeping the
Oh yeah,
cave
that's
up.
right. And doesn't TJ knocks off the mask and it's Axel,
And
right?
it's Axel, yeah.
And then we get the backstory that Axel was actually underneath the bed as Harry Warden was picking out his father's heart in the bedroom.
20 years earlier.
Yeah, and that made him a killer for some reason. Whatever, man.
Well, so okay, and I actually kind of like this.
I don't.
I actually like this backstory. So he, Axel's a little kid. When Harry came back a year after those, the original, when he was feeding on his coworkers, he went into the nutty bin and then broke out a year later on Valentine's Day and then killed the two supervisors. One of the supervisors had to be Axel's dad.
Right.
He, Axel was underneath the bed, probably there to, scare him.
He was like
joke.
5 or 6 years old.
And he witnesses this whole thing.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Okay, so
it messed him up as a kid.
Messed him up, but everything was fine until they decided to have a party, right? So for 20 years, he's a model citizen?
I think the fact that it was Valentine's Day, it screwed up Axel. Valentine's Day screws up Axel.
But why this Valentine's Day? Because they decided to have a party now after 20 years?
Because the
town doesn't do it.
The town doesn't touch Valentine's Day.
So now that the town is going, hey, 20 years is long enough. Let's do a party. Axel loses it.
Yeah. Well,
and then you throw TJ into the equation.
Think about the opening kill with the girl, and he sees the heart, and he's gonna make out with the girl.
Yeah.
And at first she's like, she wants him to take the mask off.
Yeah.
And he's like, he's doing that. But then you see that he's looking at the heart tattoo right above her breast. And and that's the thing that sets him off. Boom. He decides at that point that he's going to kill her because of the heart tattoo. It reminds him of Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the film, Axel's saying that he's going to kill everyone. Why is that? Everyone in this goddamn town or something like that is what he says.
Yeah, I think he just went a little crazy.
He went nuts.
Yeah.
Remember, he's missing an arm.
Yeah, he's missing an arm because he
pulled his arm out.
Yeah, he basically cut it off.
Yeah.
I mean, because his hand was stuck underneath. When the cave-in happened, and Sarah runs back into the cave and, Axel, and then, his hand's just kind of underneath there. And then,
it's one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah,
with the maniacal laughing.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then he basically cuts his own arm off and you see him in the, kind of running away in the background. And and then he says something. Yeah.
Like,
Sarah, you're my bloody Valentine or something like that.
Bloody Valentine, Sarah.
And then he does that creepy, I love that laugh. It's cool. I've always loved that. And he talks about, him and Harry coming to, back to get the town and then it kind of,
and that fades into
fades out. And this is the thing. Okay. So Morris, maybe why did this, I don't recall, did it bomb? I mean, cause they set this up for a sequel.
They set it up for a sequel, but a lot of these didn't qualify for a sequel. I think, when you think about it, a lot of these early slashers, the early 80s, we're talking like late 70s, early 80s. Friday the 13th is the only one that with sequels. I mean, Halloween 2.
Yeah, Halloween 2. That was
This movie had a budget of $2.3 million and made $5.7 million.
That's good though.
It's good, but it's still not a big number.
It's not a huge number.
But no. I mean, if you think about it, when they bang out these horror movies, if I double my money, that's pretty good.
And it was sold to Paramount. I don't think Paramount originally had the rights. I think the distribution rights were sold to Paramount later.
Oh, okay. I just always wondered that because, you know, I liked the movie. I think it holds up, and the way of the ending is it's absolutely perfect for a sequel.
It set it up for a sequel.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, maybe you know, doubling the money wasn't enough. $2 million is, you know, because I mean, you know, I don't know what Halloween ended up making. It was a real low budget and made a ton of money. You know, probably same with Friday the 13th.
Yeah,
you know.
Halloween was made on a budget of like $250,000 or $300,000, and then it made like I think it was like $15 or $20 million.
Yeah, and that's huge. Yeah, I don't know. I always bummed that they didn't make a sequel to it.
I mean, it has a lot of promise. I seeing like a crazed out Axel, as much as I don't like the backstory there.
Yeah,
just because it makes some like weird implications I'm not a fan of. It is cool. Imagine spending like a 90-minute movie through the perspective of Axel as the killer, slowly killing a bunch of kids, a la like Maniac or something.
Right.
You know, like that seems like a really cool movie idea, and it does feel cheated.
Yeah.
And it's always sort of the trouble with putting an obvious cliffhanger into your movie. Now I feel that I missed something. Now that I don't have it, I feel that I missed it, even though it never happened.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking right now the potential that we could have got in a sequel, even if it was another run of the mill. There's a killer on the loose. Let's use this as an excuse to just get a bunch of kills again, because having a one-armed killer on the loose who's got this weird voice inflection now is kind of cool, and he clearly has even though I don't think it's explained very well, a vindictive vendetta against the town.
Yeah.
You know, like if this was just backstory, this whole movie was backstory, I'm so down for that. If it made for like an interesting movie too. Mm-hmm. But we didn't get it.
Yeah, we didn't. And maybe it's better that way. Maybe it was just, maybe it was better as a standalone.
I'm sure you read the same thing that I did, but the director, George Mihalka, he in early 2000s wanted to do a sequel.
Oh, is
come
that
back
right?
to do a sequel.
No, I don't think.
Did he work on My Bloody Valentine 3D?
No, I don't think so.
You know, I haven't seen that because, as you know, I don't like watching these remakes. Not to say that I shit on all of them, but I shit on most of them. Did you like it?
Oh yeah,
did you like it? I've heard some decent things about it.
Absolutely, for the fun. It's a fun. I love it for the fun.
Yeah,
I love it that they didn't do the same story. They mixed it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I gave that away to
that's okay.
This movie's called My Bloody Valentine 3D. It came out in 2009, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And this would have been right after Avatar. I'm guessing. Now, do you happen to know if that movie was made
for
with
3D.
like 3D, for 3D?
It was.
Yeah. It was?
Because so the mines
turnaround.
and everything was really lit up. Yeah.
Wow.
So there was lots of bright, even though it's a dark mine.
Which takes away from being in a mine.
Right.
I just the whole 3D thing, dude. The
3D was done well with this movie, though.
Yeah, but 3D to me, like you guys know this, because of my poor vision and eyes, 3D doesn't work on me, and I've never been a fan of it. Even when my eyes were decent back in the 80s. I'd never liked 3D.
Yeah.
Now, 3D back then sucked ass.
Oh, it did.
And I'm sure it's a lot better now. I'm just not a fan of it. It's just too gimmicky to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just want to watch a movie. Yeah. I don't want to put on some fucking glasses and all these other. I already wear glasses, so I don't need to put on another pair of glasses and do all this. I don't know, man. I just.
Yeah.
You know, and around that time is like they were doing it all the time. It was like in the early 80s, it was, Amityville 3D, and it was Friday the 13th 3D and Jaws 3D, and I'm sure there was a couple other ones I'm forgetting about. But around 2009 is I think around the time they started doing all of them, right?
Yeah,
it was like
3D started coming back around again.
Yeah, and it's like I don't give two shits about it. And of course, look what happened. Did it last long? No. It went through a year or two, and then it disappeared again.
We still have 3D,
but not like that. It's like it was like the flavor of the month, and let's do everything in 3D.
Yeah,
it wasn't a year or two. It was easily like 5 years.
Was it 5 years?
It was a long time.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
And we still have 3D movies today. The problem with 3D, and I can't believe we're talking about it for My Bloody Valentine, is that no other movie has done it as well as Avatar. And that's why people were doing it in the first place. But no other movie has been able to capture that being in another world type feeling as well as Avatar. And that's kind of why you do with 3D. You're trying to immerse the viewer into this world by making it feel more real. Not necessarily the fact that it is real or not, because Avatar is very clearly not a real place. It's a fantasy world. Yeah. But no movie seemed to understand that or understand that well enough and then execute that idea as well as Avatar did. Especially a movie like My Bloody Valentine 3D, which would only use it for the gimmick.
It's totally for the gimmick.
For the gimmick. Did Ready Player One do 3D? Because that would have been...
Oh, they did.
They did?
Yeah.
See, that... I would have to go back and say I would, if I could watch the 3D, because I really love that movie, and if it was executed, properly, then that would be cool. I mean, it would probably be, I don't know if it'd be similar or comparable to Avatar. I mean, but you got Steven Spielberg, doing it. So I would think, because that whole world, was pretty cool.
Honestly, just seeing it in 3D, and I didn't see it in 3D in theaters. I saw it in 2D. For just the the race sequence at the beginning with all the cool shit happening. That would be cool. Mm-hmm. I'd like to see just that in 3D.
Or the Shining sequence, which is just still blows me the fuck away.
Do you need to see that in 3D though specifically? I don't think you do.
Well, I don't think a lot of this stuff we have to see in 3D, but that would be really cool to see in 3D.
Sure.
So, well, I guess that's it. What Donovan, would you recommend this to the listeners?
I mean, at this point, is it a shocker for me to say no? At this point, I think it's pretty well established that, your typical slasher film isn't something that's up my alley.
Yeah.
If you're into slasher films and you can't get enough slasher films, this is for you, 100%. But I think for the average film goer who wants to spend, 90 minutes of their time in a movie that's going to not take 60 minutes to get good or interesting, you can find a better movie for that. But if you eat slashers like Skittles, go for it.
Yeah, I think that's actually that's right on the money. Because Morris and I are into slashers. Mm-hmm. We would absolutely recommend this, right, Morris?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did want to note that there is a low in the movie, and I'm sure it happened for you guys too when TJ and Sarah are talking out by the water.
That was God.
The dialogue was really bad.
Yeah.
They were just establishing that he was gone again for as long as he was, and why weren't you here? You just left, and it's like they didn't really need to add that scene.
Did that not feel like a soap opera to you?
Yeah, it needed to be taken. Even the music.
It was
soap
bad.
Opera.
It felt like a soap opera. Yeah,
they needed to take
Young
that
and the
out.
Restless or General Hospital or some shit. But yeah. I agree. I didn't even mention it earlier because it was crap.
Yeah.
I wish, because it took away from the feel of the movie. It's like, come on, man, we don't need this shit.
And this, like I said, and you've known for years that this is my number one standalone favorite slasher movie.
Yeah.
That just really just kind of took me out of the movie.
Yeah, it did. I tried to while it was going on, I just ignored it because, I'd seen it before. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
But slasher addicts, if they haven't seen every single slasher, and this is one that they've been missing, this is 150% definitely watch this one.
Yeah, I think you gotta. If you're into slashers, this is definitely up there. Yeah. You gotta watch this one
because it's predicated everything that came after it. It's one of the grandfathers of golden age of slashers.
Yeah, and it's and like I said earlier, it holds up quite well.
It does.
It does. Before we let you go, definitely want to thank you for coming.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Morris.
Yeah, coming on again. Anything you want to plug? Anywhere people can follow you. On
YouTube, Instagram, Monster Movie Man 13. They can find me there.
Cool. Yeah. Well, thanks again, bud. Appreciate you coming. We'll have you back. We'll have you back soon. But that's going to do it for us today. I think next week we're going to be talking about 2009's Drag Me to Hell, directed by Sam Raimi.
Oh, that's an excellent one.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you later. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow us at both Twitter and Instagram at Ear for Fear. You can also check out our website, earforfear.com. There you can purchase merch and stay up to date on current episodes as well as news and events. We hope you come back and get an earful. See you soon.